just a quickie here. I did try and film some of this stuff, but for some reason this camera decided that wouldn't record anything at all. So what I was recording was putting all of the glass and everything back in this door, because I found it to be an absolute pain in the arse. So here's the real challenging bit is this bit, which has got the mechanism for the window winder in it. So the order of doing things, if you want to put the door back together, is put the drop glass in and drop it right the way down to the bottom and leave it there. Then put the quarter glass in the what's this, quarter glass runner thing. Put that in that. Make sure you got all the seals in it, and then drop that into place so that you've got the glass there. And then at this end you've got another runner as well, which you need to put in. So make sure that that's in place too. So the glass, so that you should be able to juggle this around so that the drop glass is in between the two runners. And when it's sort of in the right place, then there's a screw that goes in the top and there's this bolt that goes in the bottom. But don't put that one in yet, because you've still got to get this mechanism in. Now, you could, I guess you could put the mechanism part, this whole mechanism bit in first. Whether you do it first or second doesn't really matter in terms of how complicated and difficult it is to get in, because essentially you've got to turn the whole thing, you've got to turn the whole mechanism upside down, and then you've got to feed it in through the holes in the door, and you do have to bend it a little bit to get it to go all the way round, because there's not much room. Obviously it's longer that way than the door is, so you've got to juggle it about. So you have to sort of put it in upside down. And I put it in this hole. So I put it in this hole, went up that way, and then juggled. So that end was first. That went in that way, and then I managed to juggle the whole thing in. But it was hard, really way too hard. I don't know how they used to do that. You'd have lots of skills to do that in the factory, I guess, because you're doing it every day. So that's where that is. So then you can actually bolt this up, and don't forget to put the bolt in the back here. That's for that runner there. This runner at the back's got two little fingers that go up inside the door, so that the whole thing runs smoothly. So just make sure you got them in place. Before you can actually put the door trim on, you've got to get these handles into place, because the door trim's going to go over those and then sit on the top here and slide down. Obviously this is a Series 1 car. If you've got a later one, it will do something slightly different. And then once you've got all of that into place, then you can juggle this fabulously high quality piece of wire that Alfa Romeo supply into place into the little latch behind it. I'm just going to do now. I don't know why they made this so difficult. I really don't. The original door trims on this are just made out of cardboard. Not even that nice cardboard stuff that you get in some cars. It's just cardboard. Horrible. Let's try again. Okay, that's better. Yay! Go back then. Better test that. Hold on. This will be the fun part. Now, with a bit of luck, that's going to now open. Yay! Hooray! It works. Another success. Right, so we can button it up now by putting the door trim on it. That's the next part. As usual, the camera decided to conk out at the precise moment that I needed it. So this is my... sorry, I'm out of breath doing that. This is my door trim that I made. So I made this out of 5mm plastic board, corrugated board. It's got like little round holes all the way through it, like a honeycomb, but they're round, not hexagonal. So that's what's behind here, and then there's a thin layer of foam over it, and then the vinyl. So that's what I've got there. So I've already installed the handle as I think I showed on the previous one, if the camera didn't pack up. Having a real problem with this stuff, this chrome strip stuff which I got off eBay, and like most things off eBay, it doesn't freaking work right. So it's not quite, it sort of sticks down, so it sticks perfectly there, look, but then it'll unstick itself. So I need to come up with a better solution for sticking that down. So what I've done is to just put this on for now. You'll probably see that I had the hole in almost precisely the wrong position. So I had to get the drill out, and where is it? And a die grinding bit, because it's plastic inside, so it took it out fairly easily. I just whizzed it up, and that gave me a bit of space to slot that in. This bit's another bit of card. This is all separate bits of card in here with the vinyl squeezed down in between to give it the same effect as the original one. This is actually a bit of 4x2 that I had lying about, which I've carved into the right kind of shape. So it's not perfect, but you can't buy them, so you've got to do something, right? So that's how I made it, and the plastic behind here is laminated in different sections, so that's how I've got the depth thing going. So at least I don't have to worry about it getting damp and falling to bits like the last one did. The most difficult bit has been actually getting the chrome strip on the top here to fit on the inside of it. So what I've done at the top here is to crank over. I've cut the plastic and cranked it over, and then run a line of hot glue down it to hold it in the right position, because it has to, the top here has to sort of crank over in order to meet this bar. So that's how I did that bit. But then getting the thing to glue on, I ended up just using some no nails kind of construction adhesive stuff to do the trick. So here we are, just about to drill some holes then, and then I can button all of this down and move on to the other one. That's the plan. I'll start at the bottom. Hopefully I'll find the holes. You'll see what I've done here is to mark. I marked out where all the holes were, and they're actually horizontal or vertical depending on where they are here. You can probably see those, and then I marked how many millimeters off they are. So you know what it's like trying to find holes when you're putting trim back together. I mean, 9 times out of 10 you end up drilling new holes, right? So this is a feeble attempt at trying to get that right. We'll see. That went straight through. It's a bit of a worry. Now I've got these screws, which are black raised countersunks. These little alley washers, they look a bit like the ones that came off it. The ones that came off it are sort of sunk into the cardboard. They're pressed steel ones. These little alley ones are quite nice, but a bit expensive really. If I had a screwdriver I could now screw them in. But as always, the screwdriver's disappeared as soon as you need it. How's that going? Sometimes I think I'm going mad. I can never find the flipping thing when I need it. Look, I've got Mr. Stubby here, so I've been trying to do some carb tuning. No Phillips. Look at that, right in front of my face. see if we get lucky, innit? That's the first time. Looks like it's biting. Voila! One in. Get off this stuff. Should take that off for him and tightened it up. There we go, one down. So we've got to now do all the others. There's a oh, bum. There's a hole in this there that pulls the strap back to there and holds it. And I didn't cut the hole out when I made this board. So as a consequence, it's a bit of a guess as to exactly where the hole is. I might have to go and measure it off the other door in a minute and see if I can do it that way. It might be the only way forwards. These have to go over here, and you can see that now I look at it. This, I mean, I don't know what it is. It's just like they put a bit of tinfoil over it or something. Absolute crap quality. Anyway, it's starting to come off. I'm not sure what to do about that. If I sort of hide it out of the way, maybe nobody will notice. I think I'm going to leave them as they are for now. I'm tempted to strip all of that crap off and just use some of that chrome spray paint on them. I don't know, what do you reckon? It's just all peeling off, look. I don't know if you can see that very well on the camera. It's just peeling off here. It's like a white piece of plastic. But I can't see that way round would look better, wouldn't it? I wonder if it would work that way round. Might do. I think that bit's supposed to fit inside it though, look. You see? Gives it a bit more. It definitely looks better on that side. Maybe we should go for that. I expect somebody will kill me for this, but being original. But they look a lot better on this side than they do on the other side. Just have to stay that way. Right. And then you have a little plastic clip. which goes in. Right. That's it. Job done. Get a little bit of a glue off there. I think that will probably be fine. Push that in a little bit. What if I put another screw in up there? Should it have another one, do you think? Right, there we go. That's door buttoned up nearly. Once I've got a hole, I'll measure it. I'm going to measure it off the other one. I'll do it now. Sod it. Let's get it finished. From there, from the middle of that screw hole there, to the hole, which is on the same plane. It should be about, to see that, should be about there. One way to find out. About right. Scary drilling into something you just made. Especially when it took so bloody long. Slightly bigger hole. Honestly, it never ceases to amaze me how many times I lose something. Yes. Let's see if I've got it right. Where's that screw? That's the screw that's got to go in it. Might need a bigger screw actually, because I think this board's a bit thicker. This bracket's got to go over it. This one's too pointy. Need a pointies. Where's my pointy? Where's my pointy stick? If in doubt, stick a pen in it. We'll fill it with that. see in the hole actually. I think it's there. I think I'm just a little bit. I think it's there. Hole needs to come across a little bit. A bit of routing. Let's try it again. We're in. That's a 5mm. I think that does it. Right, say goodnight to this one.